Sit down. You want to hear a kid with divorced parents yap about their manipulative mother for however long this is? Because I don't know how long I'm going to go, but I'm going to go. I was going to put on Grey's Anatomy and start organizing my room a little bit. I'm going to instead update y'all about the situation, how it's been. Because I need to fucking yell about this. Okay. So, let's scroll to the very beginning. Okay. Sunday, December 29th at 9:01 p.m. I understand this was late. I have stuff I need to do with Dad that I can't do there, so I'm going to stay here tomorrow. I said that. Now my mother replies, I wish this had been discussed instead of decided. Tomorrow is my last of 6 days without Lincoln, and I haven't gotten to spend any of that time with you. It's hard to make time to spend with just you when you change plans constantly and last minute. And then I used ChatGPT for this because I could not formulate a nice response other than saying, okay, well, that's not my fucking problem. When plans change on your end, I don't hear about it in advance. But when I make changes and let you know about it, it seems to become an issue. I also wasn't aware that Lincoln wouldn't be there, since he's been there the past few weeks. If I missed any communication, I'm sorry, but I didn't receive any updates about the change. I totally understand the importance of consistency, and I just wanted to point out it can be a little tricky when there isn't always an update when plans shift. Okay? And then she replies, because I'm a little overwhelmed myself with plan changes at times, but that doesn't mean I don't deserve the courtesy of discussion. You are not an adult, therefore I don't always discuss plan changes. You were also informed a while ago to always bring a key just in case. I make a valid point. I'm tired of this kind of stuff happening without any consideration to myself. Lincoln days here aren't Mondays, so maybe you should have checked before assuming. And then I replied, I don't want you to discuss plan changes with me. But you getting upset when I give you information beforehand sounds a bit hypocritical when you don't tell me when Justin's going to be there when I walk in the door. Or when I agree to something expecting Lincoln to not be there and he is. I'm not going to back out to something I'd agreed to because Lincoln is there. But telling me provides a sense of knowing and lack of shock. And I know no Lincoln days aren't normally Mondays, but the key word is normally. But he's been there the past few Mondays without so much as a warning. So why would this week be any different? How would I know? That was sent at 9:39. And she didn't reply until the following morning at 7:32. Exactly. That's why I said I wish you had discussed this with me instead of decided. Because we did talk about this on Christmas. We didn't. What we talked about on Christmas was the fact that Justin was going to be taking Lincoln to his parents' house. That's really all that happened. And that Justin was supposed to take Lincoln to his parents' house the night before, but he didn't. That's what we talked about. That's talking about the fact Lincoln will be there on Monday. No, it's fucking not. No, it's fucking not. Because how the fuck am I supposed to know when you two are dating or not? When you're on and off, and you've been on and off since that little fucker was 2. So that's not my fucking problem. Anyways, and then Thursday, January 2nd, I would love an update. Oops, thought Dad messaged you. I am straight up lying here. I'm a fucking liar. I thought he might have messaged the group chat because I forgot this morning, but my phone is powered off all day. No use in it being on. I don't use it. I thought you messaged both of us. That was on the bus reminding you that I didn't have therapy, so you didn't show up at 4:30 to pick me up to bring me to dinner at Grammy and Papa's. My mom says that's inconsistent. That's inconsistent, but the thing is, it's not inconsistent when you think about the fact that he would be pulling up, but he wouldn't know. Like, I don't know when Whitney gets out of work, his girlfriend, so I wouldn't know if she would be going there after work or if we were gathering here or anything. Like, I don't get plans like that. So, for all I knew, Dad would be pulling in after work, picking me up, and bringing me to Grammy and Papa's for dinner, because that was the plan. She calls that inconsistent later in this text message. And then she says, and my point as a parent is being made. She does say that. She uses that many ends. She uses the ends. I'm not exaggerating. Or am I do even deserve that much respect in either one of your eyes to be given that credit? Because it certainly doesn't feel like I'm anything but a daycare, which is what she signed up to be when she said that I had no choice but to go to her house every day after school, after I said I was going to kill myself in a group chat after a really bad fucking day. And I didn't. I said this on Saturday. Didn't happen Sunday. It didn't happen Monday, and I was dragged to the guidance counselors on Tuesday. So, by my friends, because they were worried. Lucas, you tell me things that don't add up with you Lucas, you tell me things that don't add up with you just not keeping me informed. Derek, Lucas is 16, but not an adult, and you do have a responsibility to make sure that I'm informed just as much as they do. This group chat is here for a reason, and neither one of you use it and then act shocked when there's misinformation. And then at therapy. And then at like 10 at night, same day, I say, with the new year starting, I've been thinking about my mental health and my goals for this year. I use ChatGPT for this. I realized I need to make a few changes to my routine, and I wanted to talk to you about it. I'm not in crisis or anything, and coming over every day has felt extremely overwhelming. It's been hard to manage my stress, and I haven't had much time if any time for myself outside of the basics. I was thinking maybe we could tweak the schedule a bit to make it work better for both of us. Maybe Mondays and occasional Wednesdays, or Wednesdays and occasional Mondays. Mondays are days she doesn't have Lincoln, if everything goes according to plan, and Wednesdays are the days before. And she replied, January 3rd, the following day at 7:30. So 1 day a week. And then says nothing until the following Monday. I have no idea what's going on because neither one of you gave me the courtesy of replying, but I'm not home today or Wednesday. Can you read? Do you have reading comprehension? Because I thought that was just you clarifying that you read the message. Because the message actually says 1, sometimes 2 days a week. Actually. And so I was like, okay, so which would you prefer? And then she says, one day isn't fair to Lincoln. I won't do it to him. He has asked for you every day. If you can't spend 2 to 3 days a week at your mom's house due to mental health, then this probably isn't a place you should be, and that kills me. You just aren't the only needs to consider. Rowan told me you called her a cunt. I get that whole piece, and I can brush that off. But Lincoln, I cannot. He doesn't comprehend the same. Why the fuck are you bringing up the fact Rowan told you I called her a cunt? She was being a cunt, so I called her a cunt. Okay? She's fucking 10. I'm fucking 16. Sometimes bad words slip out of my mouth. Oh no! Fucking Christ. Anyways. But Lincoln, I cannot. He doesn't comprehend the same. I wonder why. Maybe it's because he's autistic. Or maybe it's because he was premature. Or maybe it's because he has hydrocephalus. Or maybe it's because he's 4. I don't know. Could be any of them. It's probably all of them. Anyways. Throughout, as in 2 separate words, the next several weeks, I have appointments Mondays and Wednesdays, not ones that can be rescheduled as the doc is only in on those days or it's the only availability. This sucks, Lucas, when you do this. And if you want to be grown and make choices like this, then you need to understand you aren't the only one affected by your choices, nor should you feel bad for them. I said I wouldn't play this back and forth game, and I meant it. And then I said today, Offered Monday, a day I know Lincoln isn't supposed to be there. If that's not enough, then that's kind of a you issue and not my problem. Yes, I am your child, but my own needs come above anyone else's. And then she replied, I understand that all my children's needs are a priority. Very bold of you to say something suggesting otherwise. No, but that's exactly what you're fucking saying. You are saying that Lincoln's needs come above my own. That's exactly what you're fucking saying. I'm sorry, Lucas, but this is your way, but this your way or no way isn't an option for me. And then my dad was like, do you have a solution that will work for both of you? And then she says, do I? I've asked for a regular 2 to 3 days a week and the honest attempt to spend time with the twins once a month with full understanding of how challenging the twins can be. She never asked me that straight out. I've also asked for clarity or asked for honesty and communication over these challenging things so situations like this don't happen. This is my request and I don't think there is a way to be more accommodating. Life is hard. If you can't face difficult topics with your family, then, Lucas, both your father and I are failing you because life is full of facing difficult things. Catherine, you are the difficult thing. You are the difficult thing. If Lincoln... Do the scratches still on my arm? See that? That's from Lincoln. I haven't been there since Christmas. I haven't been there since the 25th. Do you want to know what the date is today? The 13th. So that's 19 days. 19 days. And these weren't even from Christmas. So, it's full of facing difficult things. The thing is, they're only as difficult as we make them, and I will honestly state, a lot of the time, if you just face them, they aren't that difficult as your own anxiety makes them out to be. I know. Oh, shocking. I did say come and go as you please, with the additional give me a heads up on plan changes. I'm a creature of habit and do my best, but like a plan for the day... as best as I can. As best I can. This is for my own sake, but also all my spawn as well. Perspective, Kukas. You may get upset if I don't agree to a last-minute Isaac visit. I don't get upset. But what about your brother and sister who don't get a call from me because I'm thrown? I don't get upset. All she has to do is say no. A me problem? I suppose, but it affects them too. I'm sorry I can't adjust with the flick of a switch, but I've been 100 emoji. Honest and apologetic about that. I have bigger things I'm openly working on. You have told me so many times to think this new revelation is not what you're telling Dad. Maybe it's because I don't complain to you. Because if I complain to you, you'll think I need to be more time at your house. Because you think I'm going to crisis. And I can see your face when you read this. I'm sorry, but you aren't being fully honest with anyone, and we both know that. Can you see my face when I'm reading this? Do I look like I'm being called out? No, fucking don't, because I'm not. Anyways, you told me you're masking. Yeah, I've been masking since I was a child. I mask around you, Catherine. You aren't fucking special. The only person I don't fucking mask around is Isaac. Literally. No joke. But, continuing. That you think you are likely autistic and want a psych eval. Yeah, because I am likely autistic. Lincoln has a diagnosis. My mother most likely has autism. My maternal grandfather has autism. My father most likely has autism. It's genetic, you know that. I wouldn't be shocked if my grandmother does as well. So, genetically speaking, it's very likely. Anyways, that it's easier to agree with that and make me the scapegoat than hear him yammer on and on about how smart he is. In some circumstances, why would I just agree for this? You think this is easier than hearing Dad yammer on and on? I'm incredibly sorry to call this out in this fashion, but if my suggestions and thoughts aren't going to be considered, and this is the way it has to be hashed out, then so be it. It's the wrong then. She used the wrong then in all of it. Like, I don't even know where to start. 'Cause what the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Genuinely, like, what the fuck do you mean? Because Catherine, what? That doesn't even... What? That doesn't even logically make any sense, because the thing is, I don't want to spend time at your house. I chose this. I quite literally was like, yeah, I don't want to fucking go to mom's. I don't want to. And I was like, okay, tell her that. So I did. I haven't, like, I'm dead ass about to be, okay, then then message my therapist. Okay, then email my therapist and talk to her for outside validation on what I'm saying. If you don't believe me. I don't care at this point. I'm going to stop trying to make my messages sound polite. If you don't believe me, talk to her for outside validation on what I'm saying if you don't believe me. To her about this the past 3-4 sessions. If she's fucking crazy enough to show up at school tomorrow, I'm crazy enough to go get the school resource officer. I'm slowly going insane. Did my thing end up in here? So yeah, that was the kid with divorced parents complaining about his manipulative ass mother.